Okay, we're back with you now. Right now, the opening ceremonies are taking place. The heralders are out on the floor with the cheerleaders. They'll start the opening ceremonies. We have a little over 3 minutes before we get going. John's down on the court right now. He'll be announcing the players in just a second. So we're just about ready to get underway here at the Shawnee Mission East Gymnasium, where the Lancers will be taking on the Lawrence Lions tonight. Saw the Shawnee Mission East Heralders, who open up every ball game here at Shawnee Mission East. They're leaving the floor now, and we're about ready for the starting lineups tonight. I'll be bringing you the game tonight along with John Crane. Will Nickel is our cameraman, and Adele Cox is our tutor person who's back at Shawnee at the Prairie Village City Hall. Right now we're about to have the school song, and we'll go into the Star Spangled Banner right after that. We just had the national anthem sung by Jennifer Patty, and she also sang the school song. We're about ready to have John Crane announce the opening lineup tonight. The Lancers just taking the court now, and we're about to get set to get underway here at Shawnee Mission East Gymnasium.
Hey, Dick. Now let's meet the stars for both teams tonight. Lawrence, number 10, Rob Zinn.
Number 10, Zinn, just announced by John Crane for Lawrence.
45, Ken Glazer.
And Glazer, the two centers for tonight's ball game.
For Shawnee Mission East, number 34, Jeff Ilva. Lions, number 34, Chris Stevenson.
So there are the lineups for tonight. It will be for the Lancers, Brian Brown, Ken Glazer, Jeff Elfelt, Bill Kelly, and Mark Logston. For Lawrence, it will be 10 Zinn, 25 Wilhite, 35 Armitage, 20 Johnson. And who was number 24, John, that you just announced?
That's Chris Stevenson there, Richard. And we're set for the tip-off. Lancers will be heading from left to right, and for those of you who will be watching this Saturday, we may get a little wordy, and we're giving you a radio broadcast with video pictures, so that's why the wordiness. But for you live viewers, here we go. Ken Glazer wins a tip for the Lancers. It goes over to Bill Kelly, back to Elfelt. Lancers have possession as Jeff Elfelt's up there being worked on by Paul Johnson. Elfelt tries the near side. Dishes for Logston. Hits Glazer at the free throw line. High pass for Brian Brown under the boards was overthrown, so it's going to be Lions ball. Okay, so Rob Zinn will bring it up for the Lions. A very tall guard, and he's being worked on by Elfelt. Pass goes for Chris Stevenson, and he hits Kevin Armitage very quick on a running gun type of play, and it's 2-0 Lawrence. Lions are 2-10 on the year. Lancers are 10-1, or 11-1. Mark Logston has it on the near side. He's being pressured by Brad Wilhite. Gives it to Elfelt down on the baseline, picks up a screen. Elfelt back out to Glazer. It's Logston on the far side, baseline jump shot off the rim, no good rebound, Ken Glazer, and he goes through with it. Offensive rebound, Glazer, and it's 2-2. Johnson brings it up for the Lions and dishes it off to Brad Wilhite. Wilhite bounces around and gets it to Rob Zinn. Robbie throws, and the pass by Kevin Armitage goes off the leg of Mark Logston, and it's still going to be Lions ball. Okay, so we're set for the inbounds play, and Wilhite will throw it in for Paul Johnson. Johnson dishes down for Wilhite, or Armitage, on the far side, and back over to Wilhite at the top of the key. Wilhite fakes a jump shot and dumps it down low finally for Kevin Armitage. Baseline bounce pass for Zinn is broken up by the Lancers, and Elfelt will bring it up for the home team as Jeff Elfelt tries the near side, stops, looks around, sees Brown coming out the top of the key, hits him, dishes off for Logston on the far side, over to Kelly on the baseline, jump shot is through. 4-2 Lancers. Bill Kelly with his first 2 of the night. Okay, Paul Johnson will bring it down, dishes off quickly for Brad Wilhite. Wilhite to Chris Stevenson, turnaround jumper right under the basket is good. And there's a call by the official as there's a substitution, and that will be Dane Griffin. Senior is coming in for the Lions. And I didn't see who went out. Did you see, Richard?
No, I couldn't see, John. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Mark Logston will bring it in, and he dishes it down to Bill Kelly. Kelly out to Glazer at the high post, drives the lane, stops, and picks up a foul. Foul will be on number 35. That's Kevin Armitage, his first personal foul.
Coming out, John, that was 25 Wilhite when Griffin came in.
Okay, Brad Wilhite came out. So Kelly has it in the fat backcourt, dishes for Glazer over to Brown at the top of the key. Back to Elfelt, who swings it back around to where Brown was at the top of the key and pulls back a little bit to set things up. Far side bounce pass for Logston, and he pulls up with a 20-footer, and it's through. 6-4 Lancers as Zinn will bring the ball down court. Lawrence, a very tall team, as Hunter has it down, and turnaround jumper by Chris Stevenson, the center, puts it through. That's his second bucket of the night. Elfelt cross to Glazer. Ken pulls up in the backcourt, gives it to Logston, then heads under the boards. Ken has it now on the top of the key and gets it to Kelly on the baseline. Kelly pulls out 15-footer on the baseline, no good. Rebound, Dane Griffin. Pass intended for Zinn, went out of bounds, and on the save, I believe it hit the line. It's going to be Lions ball. Crowd starting to file in now as Mark Logston brings the pass over for Elfelt. Jeff in the backcourt gets it off to Logston. Mark palming the ball, looking, and hits Brown at the high post. Over to Kelly and back to Glazier, high post. Far side, and there's a foul on underneath. It's a non-possession, and that will be against Kevin Armitage's second in less than 4 minutes, and he's in a little bit of foul trouble now, Rich.
He's made the only 2 fouls for the team tonight, and that's all within about 4 minutes here in the first quarter, John.
Okay, inbounds goes to Logston, dishes for Kelly over to Glaze. Ken back to Elfeld and down to Logston on the baseline. Logston pulls up, 15-footer is no good off the back of the rim. Rebound is fought for between Griffin and Zinn of the same team, and he finally gets it off to Johnson. Paul Johnson dishes for Kevin Armitage. Turnaround baseline shot.
That looked like a stuff to me, John.
Fed Chris Stevenson, and Stevenson on the turnaround jumper was fouled. And coming back in is Brad Wilhite, who sat out briefly, and now coming out is Kevin Armitage with 2 fouls. Foul called there was on Ken Glazier. That'll be his first personal, team's first also. Okay, so Chris Stevenson will go to the line, the center, and pulls up and puts it right through. Lions proved in the JV game that they can really shoot free throws, Rich.
Yes, John, in the final quarter, there must have been at least, I don't know, 20, 25 points on free throws. It was amazing. They shot almost 100%. Very close in the 90s for sure.
And Stevenson swishes in 2 right there. 6-8, Lancers behind, and Logston has it, dishes off to Glazier on the far side. Logston calls play 2. Comes forward a little bit and gives it to Elfeld at the top of the key. Back on the left side to Logston, dumps quickly to Brown on the baseline, and it's slapped away by Dane Griffin. Ball goes out there to Paul Johnson. Cross-court pass for Griffin. Bounces it in for Johnson, or Stevenson, and it's stolen by Elfeld. 3:50 to go. And Jeff Elfeld gets it off on the far side to Logston. Mark over to Brian Brown. Uptown, swings over to Elfeld on the near side. 18-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound, Ken Glazier. Goes back up with it and is short in the lane. And it's going to be a violation as the rebound was taken. And that was on Brad Wilhite. So Lawrence getting a lot of fouls, and that will be his first personal. And Brian Brown will throw the ball in. 6-8, Lancers lead. And Jeff Elfeld has it on the baseline. Elfeld to Logston. Back to Jeff at the top of the key. Elfeld on down low to Logston on the near side. Mark dribbling around and can't find anybody to pass it to. Finally hits Brown at the baseline. Gives an alley-oop pass to Glazier. Down low, turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be Lions ball as there was another foul called. And I believe that's going to be Ken Glazier, Rich. Glazier draws his second foul of the evening.
Ken's having some trouble shooting the ball tonight too, John. A couple of shots missed right under the boards.
Johnson brings it down and gets it off to Wilhite. Wilhite to Griffin around the horn to Zinn. Zinn dumps it down low for Brad Wilhite. Turnaround jumper under the boards from point blank is no good. Rebound by Jeff Elfeld, and he pushes it up. Being worked on by Paul Johnson. Dishes out to Logston on the far side backcourt. Elfeld has it. 15-footers through. Elfeld, not the big scorer, but a very good shooter. Makes it 8-all. Turnaround jump shot by Chris Stevenson.
He's already got 8 points.
The baseline is through.
He's got 8 points in the first quarter so far, John. He's the hot hand for them tonight so far.
Okay, so Bill Kelly has it up high and dumps it for Ken Glazier, and he caught one on the arm, and it's rebounded by the Lions. They're playing pretty aggressive ball tonight as Zinn has it, shoves it over to Dane Griffin. High post jump shot is short, way short, and rebounded by Ken Glazier off the bounce. Elfeld will take it on the far side. Dribbles with it and does a little turnaround spin and pulls up. Feeds Glazier over in the backcourt. Glazier holding it up, hits Logston on the far side. Logston drives the baseline, comes up and puts it through, and he's fouled. Foul is on Dane Griffin, and that's his first personal as Logston took it right to the hoop and went through with it, and that's his second field goal of the game. Mark will go to the line. Lancers have not made a trip to the line so far.
It's not smart to foul Mark Logston, though, as he's a dead-eye from the free throw line.
And that's through. Okay, so Johnson bringing it up, has a little problem with it, and gives it to Zinn, who crosses the timeline. Zinn pulls up, being worked on by Elfeld. Lancers are in a man-to-man defense today, as Dane Griffin has it in the backcourt. Shoves it off quickly to Zinn and pulls up from 20 and it puts it through. Zinn hits from long range, and it's 12-11 Lions. Jeff Elfeld now quickly across the timeline, fast-moving game. Bill Kelly has it on the backcourt, drives the baseline, can't make it there. Over to Brown, high post. B. Brown dishes for Glazier in the lane, puts up a hook shot, no good. Rebound falls to Chris Stevenson. We got a fast-paced game. Going to be some tired guys tonight. Dane Griffin gets a feed down low, went up for the layup, and he got a foul on the arm as he looked like he was going to dunk it, but I don't think he can. And that'll be first foul, and that's charged to Mark Logston. That's the team's third. Dane Griffin on the way with it and goes in and out, no good. So Dane is scoreless tonight and 0 for 1 from the line. And this next one is on the way. He takes a while concentrating, and it's in and out too. A couple could have gone in very easily, but no. Bill Kelly has it. Spins it off to Elfeld, and Jeff working in the backcourt. Heavy man-to-man coverage by the Lions as Logston is working, hits Glazier. Ken at the high top of the key, dishes to Elfeld on the baseline. Jeff trying to bring it out. It's Glazier, who's working a lot in the backcourt tonight. Bill Kelly, baseline jump shot, up, bounces around, and no good. Rebound goes to Brad Wilhite. Logston was also fighting for it very aggressively, and they called Logston for a foul as he was interfering, say the refs, but he's interfering with Wilhite's attempt to rebound, and that's a second on Logston. The two big men, Logston and Glazier, each have 2 fouls. Johnson will bring the ball down, and Lancers are in the bonus now. Johnson dishes across for Wilhite. Wilhite dishes across to Zinn and back into Fred Hunter, number 15 in the game now. Fred's a guard, and the ball is passed by Bill Kelly on the steal, and he tried to stuff it. No good. Not a percentage play when you're behind, as the ball finally goes to Wilhite down low. Bill Kelly stole that pass outright, had an easy layup, went for the dunk, and it's Lions ball. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. They're trying to set something up. Brian Brown trying to bat the pass, and he's called for the foul.
They've been calling them very close on East, John. A couple of those that I don't think have really been fouls. They've been calling them very close tonight. East has now, I think, 4 fouls.
The officials,
it's getting them into a lot of trouble.
Officials don't like the games getting too physical this year, as they call a lot of fouls. As Wilhite will go to the line. Brad Wilhite, number 24, is a big man. He has not scored so far. And on the rebound, had a line violation. Someone in too quick by the Lancers with 3 seconds to go. It's 12-11, Lawrence Lions leading.
I don't think the crowds are too happy with these officials tonight, John.
There's Dr. Sanford in the stands. I see him as the shot goes up by Stevenson.
Dr. Sanford he's an avid fan of all the different sports here at East. He tries to make an appearance at most of them for all the different sports.
Okay, so Brad Wilhite goes on the way, and it's also through. Wilhite 2 for 2 from the line, 3 seconds to go. Elfeld in desperation. Half-court shot is almost through, but no good. And so at the end of 1 quarter play, it's Lawrence Lions 14, Shawnee Mission East Lancers 11. Richard, you want to give a little summary on that?
Okay, John, in the first quarter we had for Lawrence in scoring, Zinn had 2 points. Armitage 2, the big man for Lawrence was Stevenson. Stevenson had 11 points in this first quarter for East. Balanced attack, but they weren't getting the scoring that they needed. Glazier had 2 points. Logston was high with 5 points. Kelly and Elfeld both tallied 2 points in the first quarter of play. So we have 14-11 in favor of Lawrence moving into the second quarter.
Well, a really aggressive game, as some of you watching Saturday night have seen. Lions are playing like a 10-2 team instead of a 2-10. As we're going to see some good action. A lot of very good athletes on Lawrence's team as they a lot of the athletes on this team played on the football team. They almost went to state, and so we should be seeing a good game tonight. Mike Capito will be bringing you the halftime show, and Richard Whitehead with a scoreboard show tonight. Ken Glazier and Chris Stevenson will tip it off in the second half. Tip-off is won by Uptown Brian Brown. Brown swings over to Wetzler, who's into the game for the first time. Brian Brown, they're playing pretty aggressive on the top of the key. Jump shot, high post by Mark Logson, no good. Offensive tip in by Ken Glazier. Glazier tips it in, it's 14-13. Ken gets his second field goal of the night. Rob Zinn will bring it down. Dishes off to Fred Hunter. Hunter across to the top of the key to Brad Wilhite, who dishes it for Johnson. Johnson, 20-footer, no good. Rebound by Zinn, and he's stuffed by Brian Brown. We're going to have a jump ball. Brian Brown can get aggressive with anybody in the league, and he's showing it now. No, it's going to be Jeff Elfeld tipping it off against Rob Zinn. Rob Zinn wins it easily and dishes it off to Paul Johnson. Paul over to Rob. Rob Zinn back across the court around the horn to Brad Wilhite. Wilhite hits Johnson on the top of the key over to Zinn. Zinn pulls up from 21, no good. Rebound Ken Glazier, and he's starting to fight a lot and scrap for those rebounds as he dishes it off to Elfeld. Jeff across to Wetzler, David Wetzler, and hits Brian Brown. Jeff Elfeld has it, spins around, hits Glazier at the free throw line, and dumps it off to Mark Logson. Mark to Brown in the lane, turn around and feeds Glazier. Rebound Mark Logson, turn around jumper good. Rich, we're seeing a lot more offensive rebounds than we have in the past as Logson manhandled that one through.
Yeah, despite their great height, they have been having trouble getting offensive rebounds.
Fred Hunter pulls up and no good. Rebound goes to Rob Zinn as he picks it up off the bounce. Zinn dumps it off to Armitage. Armitage gets it off to Chris Stevenson, and his baseline jump shot is through. Substitution now as Dane Griffin will come in, and he's playing both quarters now as Elfeld brings it up. 15-16, Lawrence leading. Up by one. Wetzler has it on the far side backcourt. Wetzler, a little hesitant, pulls up over to Logson. High post jump shot is off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Paul Johnson. Johnson gives it off to Rob Zinn. The big guard brings it up off to Fred Hunter and dumps alley-oop pass for Chris Stevenson. Stevenson back to Hunter, across the lane to Griffin, around the horn to Johnson. Johnson baseline shot is airballed. Dane Hunter was really shoving out of the way Brian Brown, and a lot of fans did not like that call at all. Official didn't see it. It's Lancer's ball, and Shawnee Mission East sees themselves down 16-15. Brown has it at the high post, top of the key. This is for Logson on the baseline. He'll drive the baseline and put it up. And the shot counts. Shot goes through. Brian Brown with an excellent assist to Mark Logson, who's working hard on the baseline. Log picks up his 9th point of the game and a chance to make it 10.
That was a nice backdoor little play. Brown gave one fake. The defender moved to his right, and Logson was in the clear and got off a nice pass. Logson put it up for the 2 points. I was about to say earlier, John, Dane Griffin, I was watching him shooting earlier before the game started, and he wasn't not shooting too many of his shots good, and then he came up to the line in the first quarter, and he missed both of his free throws. I just had the feeling he's probably a better football player than he is a basketball player, and they mainly have him in the game for aggression, I think, John.
Well, good point there, Richard. There's a fine shot of the Lancers huddle there. That's Will Nickel on the cameras. Those of you not watching with the pictures, Adele Cox is supplying your video, and we'd like to thank Adele. Done a wonderful job so far this season handling our video work. 17-16, Lancers leading now. Mark Logson is going to be at the line. Mark had, I made a mistake earlier. I said he had 9, he's got 7.
No, he does have 9 right now, John.
He's got 10. Puts in the free throw, and now we have a substitution, and that'll be Carlton Ham coming in at guard for the Lawrence Lions, and outcoming will be Rob Zinn. Paul Johnson, who has not scored, brings the ball down. Gets off to Dane Griffin, across the horn to Ham. Ham dumps Griffin over to Johnson. Feeds Dane Griffin on a alley-oop type pass, puts it up, and he's fouled. Dane Griffin with his first field goal of the night, and he's going to try to make it Lawrence advantage here, as it's 18-all. Bill Kelly coming in for Mark Loxton, who's done a well of a job so far. And a little discrepancy over where the charity stripe is. Dane Griffin on the way, and it's through. Lions lead 19-18 as Elfelt pulls up, and Lawrence is now in a press. Zone press broken easily by the Lancers. Handoff to Jeff Elfelt. The pass is blocked by Paul Johnson. Throws up the layup, and it's through. 21-18, three-point lead for the Lawrence Lions. Lancer ball, Jeff Elfelt will bring it up. Elfelt shoves it to Bill Kelly on the far side, backcourt. Bill gets it out to Brian Brown at the top of the key. Brown over to Wetzler. Wetzler coming towards the center court and gets it to Glazier. Glaze way in the backcourt, tries to drive the lane. Dumps it off to Wetzler on the near side baseline, and pass is stolen again by Chris Stevenson. He'll go up one-on-one with Glazier and got it over Ken on the far side, and that's 2 steals. 23-18, Lancers are going to have to improve their ball handling. Long pass is stolen by Dane Griffin, and Griffin will go up for it, and he jams it. Dane Griffin with a jam, and it's 25-18.
I take that back about his basketball skill, John. That's worth something.
3 quick steals there, Richard, by the Lawrence Lions, who are 2-10, 1-6 in the league. And Coach was telling me when they say that, they talk lightly. And they're showing tremendous ability as they just stymied the Lancers with 3 steals for Stuffs. And you take that away, and you got a 1-point ball game. Instead, it's a big lead.
Lancers also have been very careless with their passing. Those last 3 before the third and second one, they're being shaken up a little, and they started making these careless passes that shouldn't have been made, even though Lawrence has been playing very aggressive and have been getting those steals. I'm Richard Whitehead, along with John Crane at the Shawnee Mission East Gymnasium. The Lawrence Lions are beating the Shawnee Mission East Lancers by a score of 25-18 with 4:15 remaining in the half.
Okay, Elfelt's going to bring the ball in.